Hey everybody, it's Scott Steen, host of Bank the Bet podcast with winnersandwhiners.com, coming to you from the deep in the bowels of the Winners and Whiners Sports and Entertainment Complex to take a look at this Thursday's barn burner between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. New Orleans currently a 7.5 point favorite, and the total on that game is 52.5 down there in the Jerry Dome in Dallas, Texas. Tail of the tape goes a little something like this. New Orleans, as we probably all know, 10-1 straight up, 9-2 against the number, and the over is cashed just 5 of their 11 games. Dallas, on the other hand, 6-5 straight up, 5-1 against the number, and they hold the identical 5-6 record, overs versus unders, that the Saints do. You know what? This is two hot teams right now. The Saints are playing really, really good football, as I'm sure most of you already know. Dallas, on the other hand, also playing good football. They've won 3 straight. They've covered 3 straight, while New Orleans has won 10 straight and covered 9 in a row, including 5-0 on the road. They are perfect on the road this season against the number. As far as the injuries go, of course, this time of year, everybody's going to be banged up. Everybody's going to be nursing injuries. In this game, I think Dallas is just a little worse shape. Sean Lee still out. That's a huge, huge part of their defense. Even though they've adjusted pretty well to his absence, he definitely makes that team better, and his absence will be felt against the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans? Really? Against the New Orleans Saints. Sorry, everybody down there in Houdat Nation. I know better. Tavon Austin's also still out. Alan Hearn, wide receiver, is hurt. He's got a bad thumb. Looks like he's going to go, but you wonder how effective he's going to be. You know, I've never played wide receiver in the NFL. I know that's probably a shocker to a lot of you that see me here today. But it sounds like a bad thumb, a really sore thumb, would be something that you wouldn't want to have as a wide receiver. Yeah, again, don't know firsthand, just taking a wild guess there. Ezekiel Elliott's banged up, got a bad hip, but he's going to go. So yeah, it's that time of year. Everybody's nursing injuries, but I think the Saints are in a little better spot here as far as the injuries go. Just speaking of injuries in the Saints, can you imagine what this offense would look like with a healthy and integrated Dez Bryant as a wide receiver? Holy mackerel! You know what? I think Roger Goodell sent guys to cut his heel to make sure that that Achilles went bad on him there. If you ever saw Caddyshack, yeah, you slice your heel right there, he'll pull the ball, he'll give up the game. And I think that's what they did with Dez Bryant. They just said, yeah, no more weapons for the Saints. So guys, here's the deal. Dallas, they're playing pretty well. They're good. They're known for their defense as far as their scoring defense goes. They're third in the NFL in scoring defense, giving up just 19.4 points per game. Bad news is they don't score a ton of points. They're 23rd in scoring, just 21.3 points per game. New Orleans, right in that ballpark. They are 21st in scoring defense, giving up 23.3 points per game. Now, this is the point that I'm going to talk about a little bit of Saints defensive stats and say that they're all skewed, and you have to view them all through the prism of the Saints offense. What do I mean by that? I'll give you a great example. Saints rushing defense, number 1 in the NFL. They give up fewer yards per game rushing than any other team in the NFL. Does that mean the Saints have the best rushing defense in the NFL? No. What does that mean? Well, you guys think about it. You know what it means? It means that the teams the Saints play are always behind. What happens when you're behind? You give up the run, you throw the ball. That's why nobody runs the ball against the Saints, especially after the first half, because they're trying to catch up. So that is a stat to me that doesn't mean a lot. Yeah, they've got a pretty stout rushing defense. Are they the best in the NFL? No, they're not. They're just not. So, you know, surprisingly, the Saints offense, they're not all that. When you look at their stats, they're sixth in total offense. They're 5th in passing offense, which is two things that surprise you. But you know what they do? They're incredibly efficient. They're number 1 in offensive efficiency, and they are number 1 at scoring, putting up a total of an average of 37.2 points per game. By the way, just as a quick aside here, this is week. Well, everybody's played 11 games at this point. There's no more buys, so it's week 13. But it's theoretically okay. It's the 12th week. Everybody's playing their 12th game this week. All right. There are 3 teams in the NFL still averaging over 35 points a game. My friends, that's ridiculous right there. So let's talk a little bit about this number, 7.5. It's bounced back and forth between 7 and 7.5. Wherever it gets, the sharps jump on it. Okay, so when it gets to 7.5, it gets steamed back down to 7. When it gets to 7, they jump on the other side. It steams back up to 7.5. It doesn't look like there's any shot it's going to go below 7, and it's probably not going to go above 7.5. So here's what I like in this one. Right now, it's currently listed at 7.5. However, the best price I find right now, it's a minus 7.5 plus 104. So I'm going to recommend in this spot something I almost never ever do. I'm going to recommend buying it down half a point. Okay, right now you can get it down to minus 7 and lay just 111. That's just about normal juice. I'm going to do that all day long. I'm going to, instead of taking the little bit of the plus money on the minus 7 in the hook, I think that hook is important in this spot. I really do. I like the Saints minus 7. Buy it down. If don't pay a ridiculous amount. Don't pay 130, 140 to buy it down to minus 7. Shop your lines. We can't stress that enough. Find different spots. Shop around because they're all different. You got to find one right here. Get the Saints minus 7. Jump on it. Also, if you guys follow us and you know we've taken the Saints a couple times in the first half. I don't ever hate the Saints in the first half. That offense, a lot like the Chiefs, a lot like the Rams to some little lesser extent. They come out and they hit you in the mouth early. The speed surprises everybody. The quality of the offense and what they do is kind of a shocker. Now Dallas has played some decent offense. They played Atlanta this year. They beat Atlanta. So yeah, it may not be, and that's why I'm not recommending a first half play as strongly as I recommend the entire game play. These teams both have a lot to play for. I always look for motivation. We've talked about that. Motivation is high. It's probably a little higher for Dallas. They're tied with Washington for the lead in the East. They're just a game up on Philly. And by the way, somebody forgot to tell Philly they were dead, and they're going to try to make a run at it here. They're just a game behind at 5-6. The Saints, on the other hand, highly motivated, not in their division where they have a comfortable lead over Carolina, who has apparently decided to stop playing football this year. But what they're looking at is the home field advantage. The Saints have their eye on the prize. It is getting down to that time for Drew Brees. I know they want to get another one for him. I know they want to get another one for the city. They need that road to go through the Superdome. They don't want to go to L.A. and play the Rams out there in the City of Angels. They want to have everybody down there in the dome, and they can who dat all day long. So the motivation for both teams is high. The Saints have no reason to pack it in. They have no reason to call off the dogs. I'm not going against the team that's covered 9 in a row. Just not going to do it. I'm riding the hot hand right here. I think the quality of the Saints is a step up from the quality of the Dallas Cowboys, even though they've been playing better lately. I like the Saints minus 7 to get it done on Thursday night. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like us, and most importantly, give us comments. Let me know how you're playing this game. If you like it, you love it, you got a different play, I want to hear about it. And yeah, if somebody gets them right, I'd love to give shout outs there as far as the next video goes. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. We're going to be talking about the college football. We've got some conference championships starting tomorrow night, and I know everybody's excited because I'm going to be giving another MAC pick. Woohoo! 1-4 on the MAC this year, so I'm looking to get better as far as my MACtion goes. So tune in for that. Follow us on Facebook. You see all the details down there below. Subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the little bell so you get the ding every time we put out a new video. All right, guys. Again, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Scott Steen, until we see you next time, you guys take care. Let's get these bets down tonight. Who dat? That's right. Them Saints are going to roll, baby. And you and I, we're going to head back to that window. Take care.